We live forwards and we understand backwards. Looking back now, everything makes sense. It makes sense why I spent 4 months traveling solo through Europe and stayed 2 months in the Netherlands to reconnect deeply with myself. There, I found something again, letting go of what no longer belonged to my life and trusting my intuition. Back in Austria with November approaching, dark, rainy, cold, I knew staying there would pull me back into overthinking and feeling stuck. How can I change that? And my soul answered, soft but very clear, go to Nepal and write. I had heard many good things, but honestly, I couldn't really feel this whole Himalaya vibe. And then, from the clouds, a ray of sunlight appeared, and suddenly this breathtaking peak came into view, over 8,000 meters high, just for a moment, yet long enough to awaken a feeling of deep respect and gratitude within me. I had no idea what this moment would awaken. Namaste Satiharu, Dere Dere, Maya Ani Shubhakamana. Welcome to my story. First time in Nepal, first time riding in a group, and an adventure I never expected. The next morning, I'm surprised with coffee, flowers, and the most joyful, loving happy birthday.
Happy New Year, everyone!
Kerstin remembered, so kind. And at breakfast, I was surrounded by warmth I didn't expect.
It's raining here in Kathmandu, and I got for my birthday a really nice surprise. I get a massage, and some of the ladies are coming as well. So to show you, we are here at Kaya Ayurveda, and all the other ladies, they are getting massage as well, and I too. Isn't it nice? So that's a perfect idea of doing in rain.
It's still raining, and the chaos on the streets make me wonder, how will I find my way through all of this? Today I dive a little deeper into Nepal's tradition and culture. My first stop is Pashupatinath, one of the most sacred Hindu temples in Nepal. As a non-Hindu, I'm not allowed to enter the inner temple, but even from the outside, it's stunning. Here, at the Bagmati River, life and death meet in the most honest way. On the upper terrace, life is celebrated. Just a few steps below, next to the river, the dead are farewelled. Fire and smoke carried by ritual sounds and a natural acceptance. It reminds me how close life and death are, and how much potential there is to live, happy and spreading joy. Next, I arrive at Baudhanath Stupa, one of the most important Buddhist sites in Nepal and the spiritual heart of Tibetan Buddhism. I've seen it many times in pictures, but standing here myself, unbelievable. You walk around it clockwise. A place of deep peace, a place that slows you down, whether you want it or not. In Nepal, Hinduism and Buddhism live side by side. Here, spirituality isn't separate from life. It simply is. My final stop is Bhaktapur, the old royal city. Brick paved squares, delicately carved wooden details, and if you look closely, you'll notice something surprising. A touch of Kama Sutra energy, a reminder of fertility and vitality. Only 10 days earlier, I would never have imagined sitting here in Nepal, in Kathmandu with Kerstin and a group of excited biker women starting the Hilltop Discovery Tour. We meet the support team, like Kishu from India, always smiling. And Amir, our local tour guide. The bikes are lined up, the last drone tests are done. My bike is the last one, the only one with green lines. They managed it for me last minute. A Royal Enfield Scram 411. And this is Seaman, a well-known video photographer. Preparing my bike puts me into departure mode. It is kind of a routine. I get a first feeling for number 6, my companion for the next 2 weeks. Prayer flags can't be missing, they are so beautiful. As a solo traveler, I'm used to filming and setting everything up myself. But then I turn around, look up and smile. And I felt a bit like a star, not used to this. A real advantage of this experience, my bag is carried in the support car, so no weight on the bike. What a luxury! I just need to ride, have fun and enjoy this beautiful country. Honestly, this is a great experience. And believe me, the feeling of adventure is not missing. You will see. So, let's start this adventure. First riding through Kathmandu.
All the best.
We are heading east. Kathmandu is huge. More than 1.5 million people are estimated to live here. My worries about the traffic turn out to be unnecessary. Once you are in it and start moving with the flow instead of fighting against it, everything begins to make sense. I would describe it as chaotically harmonized. There is an unspoken rule on these streets. I don't want to hurt you, and I don't want to get hurt. You stay alert, you keep moving, you read the situation, and somehow you always find your way through. And honestly, it is already so much fun. It reminds me how useless worries are. They only create a bad feeling, and more often than that, They aren't true, because you haven't seen the whole picture yet. Motorbikes are everywhere. 125 to 250 cc mainly. Perfect for this city, and I totally relate to that. They are part of the rhythm here, and they really know how to ride. Most of the time.
It's super, I like it. It's fluent, everything is fine. It's lovely.
Nanti kun kau deh, nanti kun kau jalan. Ini.
As we leave the city behind, the outskirts slowly open up. The traffic thins out, the air feels different. We are still in the Kathmandu valley, surrounded by hills, fed by rivers and shaped by the monsoon. That's why everything here feels so green, so lush and so alive. You hear it everywhere. Horns. In Europe, a horn often means you did something wrong or someone is angry. Here, it's different. It's a respectful way to make yourself noticed. Everyone relies on it when overtaking, before blind corners or in dense traffic. It's part of everyday riding here, almost like a language. Besides the throttle, probably the most used part of the bike. This road is still muddy from the rain of the last days. Day one on a bike I'm not familiar with yet, and well, that's exactly what makes this day important. I start to get a feeling for my number 6, how she reacts and how she moves and how she feels beneath me. The muddy section asks for attention. The tarmac gives ease. Bit by bit, trust begins to grow. What felt unfamiliar at first slowly turns into confidence and then into fun. I didn't know it yet, But this road was already preparing something, laying the ground for what was about to come. Back on Tarmac, I take a deep breath. Well done, girl! Roads here in Nepal come in many shapes and forms, from perfect tarmac to rocky sections, muddy parts, steep climbs, and sometimes terrain that feels like hard enduro. And still, there is almost always a way around. That's what makes riding here so accessible and so special. Perfect for every skill level. I'm already searching the horizon, hoping for a first glimpse of the mountains, but they are still hiding behind the clouds. Patience, Hermine, it's only your first day. We arrive at the hotel, and being warmly welcomed is so nice. This is my room, and I give you a little room tour. Amazing view, yet it's still cloudy. Nice bathroom. Since the morning I haven't felt that well, maybe nervousness. I don't feel like eating dinner, though it looks so yummy. I drink the warm lemon honey and ginger. You get it everywhere in Nepal and it tastes so good. I feel like something is moving inside, like an emotional detox, making space. I don't question it, I just let it be. Through the night I try to sleep, close my eyes, yet I stay mostly awake, observing the sky through the window. And then, at 5:45 a.m., I see it. They reveal themselves slowly, the first peaks of the Himalayas, in their majestic presence.
I'm not single, so
Thank you for being here and riding along. If this episode resonates with you, feel free to like, subscribe and share. Sending greetings wherever you are in this beautiful world.